today is absolutely no intro today because we have too much news to be covering today. So number one, we got one, folks. We have it. We have a panel in Halo Outpost Discovery. What the shit happened here? How does this French community get a panel on one of Halo's biggest events? That's right. Let's go from the start. So on March, Spiral, you probably know him. He is the head developer of Heretic Hunt, the head developer of Dick Capes, and he has expressed interest in creating a panel for Halo Custom Edition for Halo Outpost Discovery. And for those who don't know what Halo Outpost Discovery even is, it's Halo on Tour. Spiral is going to be hopefully booking one on Anaheim. That is on the August 30th to September 1st. And now, 2 weeks ago, it has been confirmed. The inquiry by Spiral was indeed approved. And now, a panel for Halo Custom Edition called Halo Custom Edition Modding a Legend has now been booked in this event. We're not sure of the date yet. We're not sure what's going to be in this panel yet. But Spiral has speculated what he wants to put in there. You can find stuff like SPV3, Firefight Portent Descent, CE3, HaloMaps.org, the entire history of SPV. I'm not even sure if that's going to be possible in the time amount that he needs. Or even Bigass, and all the other popular staples of Custom Edition that you might remember. But I think this one will be the one that will charge you into this Anaheim event panel, because Spiral will be putting in Heretic Hunt as well. And for everyone who gets to join up with him and cheer him on, you can also get a beta of Heretic Hunt. I have no clue how that's supposed to happen. Maybe you have to send him your email or something. But hey, you get a beta for Heretic Hunt, one of the most asked about Halo Custom Edition campaigns of the decade. It even main evented the last CE3, I mean, come on. That's how important it is. But Spiral is also open for other suggestions. If you yourself want to have a project of your own to be featured in Spiral's panel, then no worries. His Discord DMs are open. Under Spiral hashtag 6935, you can get in touch with him and see if you can negotiate with him on a certain segment in the panel that you want your project featured on. Just like Sean did. Sean is now part of this panel, and his team of VKMT, the 5-year-old team, is now going to be part of this panel, of course. And as usual, if you want to participate in this, whether it's in it for a project that you want to see featured, or just want to get into this event and cheer Spiral on for me, then go do it, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for our French community to get represented as after all these times. Right, and the next news that we're gonna be bringing up is one that I've already talked about in one video that I uploaded. Yes, it's about the Open Carnage $50 map competition, and I think you've already known what this is all about. Yes, this is different now. There are 2 rounds, and you can only enter the second round if you've already entered the first round of the voting. Now, if you're interested in taking part in a map competition, you know how to make a map, and you want to compete against others who want to also get that $50 bill, then join in on the fun and go to the forum page, and you can read the rules and what your map should and should not have, so that everything goes smoothly. It's not like you can port a Halo Reach map and claim it as your own. That's not possible in this map competition. And so far, DSalimander is the only entry to this, with a map he made in under a day, just to point that out. So if there's any room for margin, you have that. You can try and beat DSalimander or not. And now we'll talk about Open Carnage's monthly raffle. In this raffle, you get a chance to win 25 American dollars, because Tucker is Canadian, I always mistake these dollar signs. Anyhow, the way you win $25 is simple. You collect tickets by being active on the Open Carnage website, and you can get a chance, depending on how many raffle tickets you've earned in the month, to win 25 US dollars. Now, the new update on this is that we have added 2 new ways to earn tickets, and it's all corresponded by us right here. Number 1, if you released a map on Open Carnage, and then we review it, and if it gets a rating over 7, you will get 15 raffle tickets. That's actually the most amount of raffle tickets you can earn at one point, because that's how awesome this is. And the second new way to earn some raffle tickets is by being in our top 5 Halo Custom Edition video segment. That's easy. And all you have to do is actually have an Open Carnage account, well, that we know of, I hope. I guess you can claim it on the thread in the link in the description, if I did not add you in with the... How much? Oh, you get 5 raffle tickets for that. That's also great. Easy work for you. Now, on to our next segment. We've got Discords for you. That's right, Halo Custom Edition Discord servers. How many have you counted till now? I'm pretty sure it's more than both your hands, but who knows. First, we've got DeadHamster's new Discord for Fall of Mombasa. Why has this been created? Well, long story short, Dennis was not having it. The long story is because DeadHamster wanted to bump a certain thread, and Dennis thought, wait, it's time for me to enforce my rights to not have people bump stupid threads, and deleted that bump. DeadHamster was dead on anger about that and complained to Dennis on it by making a new thread, and what the hell is going on here? And Dennis be like, follow the rules or die! I mean, I'm not sure how I can testify this, because that very thread was deleted. So take my words as a grain of salt. But yes, now DeadHamster has a new Discord server. You can get in the link in the description. All the Fall of Mombasa updates right there and then. You will never see another update on his forum thread ever again. Now for our second new Discord, we've got aLTis' Bigass server on Discord. Here you can join in his own Discord server, and you can request being a beta tester, and with that amount of access you can get the latest Bigass version 3 beta with all the cool stuff that you've seen us play on for a long while, and you could always wonder how the hell do I get it. Well, here's another way. But not only that, you can also see aLTis' other projects going on in there, such as one called Fake Forge. No, this is not the return of Forge to World. This is Fake Forge, because there is no other better name, I guess, for now. Who knows, it will get changed. So what is Fake Forge? So, imagine you have a Danger Canyon, right? So you put assets away from Danger Canyon and rearrange them, or add even more assets into it. And boom, you have a new map. But that's not all. Anyone can join in that map. You don't have to even download the map, just keep the stock map. You only need the latest unstable release of Chimera to actually see the changes. And you can play on this map the same way you'd play normal Danger Canyon. And not even broken as well. The game types as well can be moved. Crazy King of the Hill can be moved, Outpost can be moved, flags can be moved, race checkpoints can be moved. It's utter glorious here, this Fake Forge. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Here's the Titanic right here. So if you think there's something wrong with how you made the map, you can go to Sapien and change it live, as presented in this video, where aLTis discovered that there are 2 containers next to each other that doesn't allow the player to go through. You just freaking changed it in Sapien, now you can go through. You're just never restarting the server. That's how massive this actually is. So if you're interested in making your own custom / uncustom map on Halo Custom Edition using Fake Forge, you can go on the thread in the description. You can find a Google Documents file in there which shows a tutorial on how to do all this. And of course, don't forget to join this Discord server. The third Discord server that I'll be mentioning today is OpenCarnage's very own Discord server. It's been around for a long while now, but now it's been updated with a lot of new stuff in here, such as a couple of new Halo Custom Edition topics that you can look at yourself, such as releases that are released in the OpenCarnage forum itself. The bot will ping in that text channel that something new has been released so that no one misses it. And then an ACE modding text channel where everything that involves modding also gets released there will get pinged in that text channel as well. And the general text channel that you can talk to people about Halo Custom Edition and whatnot. Pretty cool right here from OpenCarnage, and thank you Tucker for allowing us to have this amount of power inside your own damn forums.
The CE Reclaimers Discord. So, if most other Discord servers are a little too spicy for your taste, and you need a Discord server that is focused on modding the game and like getting help for modding the game and just figuring all that stuff out, then the CE Reclaimers Discord is your bet, basically. It's a bit more moderated than the other Discords, but it's not oppressive. Don't gotta worry. We're home to a few projects that you'll find. We have the second MEK development chat. There's a few public projects, like Jesse will post stuff about his HUD there, and there's Halo 99, which I'll get into a bit more in a sec. Some of my projects, like the tools I'm working on and the game mods. Yeah, we have over 200 people right now, and it's a pretty nice community, I'd say. Nice people, good folk. I also have this mod that I'm working on called the Vulpes Halo extension. It currently isn't really in a state where you have much reason to use it yet. Storm just wanted me to cover it. The goal for the mod is to have an extensive Lua API, which is more modder focused and less hacker focused. It's made to be easier for the average modder to understand, so they can more easily program all their things. This does not mean that it is less. Does not mean that it's less powerful. It just means that it is easier to do what you're usually doing without as much prerequisite knowledge. Another thing is that it will have a rework of my AI sync in there. This time, not through a Lua script. Well, it would just be better if we add things to the netcode in a more solid way. You'll see more of that eventually. If you want to check out the project, it's on the CE Reclaimers Discord. Another project on the CE Reclaimers Discord that I mentioned earlier is the Halo 99 project, which is a community project anyone can join, where right now we're remaking a lot of models and textures from Halo 99, the Macworld demo, and other stuff that was in Halo 1 before Halo 1 got its final release. So we're just remaking the models now and just some of the sounds. We don't really want to push a direction yet until we have like enough assets to work with for it to be something that can stand on its own. Yeah, if you want to join that, you can get any assets, you can donate any models you worked on. No real restrictions, I guess.
And now let's talk all about single player projects. Number one, we've got Sector 09, which has now released its source, and this source is raw. And Nixer 5000 has released it over to forums, and here you can finally, and I mean finally, use the tags and the BSP of Sector 09, and I think someone already did. I think Sled has streamed Flood 09, which is exactly how it sounds like. See, it works out. Just release everything, even the damn files that you messed with, and things like that will happen. Our next project is an ongoing project that's never gonna end. It's BioGoji's campaign mod. This time everything is going to be updated to version 1.5.2. Except for Truth and Reconciliation, which has been updated to version 2.5.2. Please fix. So what has changed the last time we talked about this? Well, BioGoji has finally found a usable energy sword, but only on Truth and Reconciliation, and maybe others too. The patch only says in Truth and Reconciliation. But on the level Halo, the sniper rifle scope is fixed. KasperZERO, the one who created Halo Covenant Edition, has come back and created Halo Jackal Edition. Not as big as Covenant Edition though. You go on boarding action and you play as a Jackal. And it's like a multiplayer map with AI, but I assume this is indeed single player because it shows Xbox footage of this map in action. So it can only be a single player, right? Oh, have fun playing as a Jackal. And now for the biggest elephant on the ship, it's SPV3. Have you had fun playing SPV3 last week? Of course you didn't, because no one ever had released it in the first place, because the CMT release curse has happened again. Or I guess it's not exactly a curse because they're the ones who wanted to delay it, because of none other than the Halo Reach PC Flighting Part 1, which had everyone touch their balls because of this, and thanks to that SPV3 was delayed on July the 5th or July the 6th depending on your time zone. And here we are today. We're waiting a couple of days more until this damn thing is released for everyone. But anyhow, let's take a look at some previews. First of all,
Halo Lumoria, a 3-mission long campaign designed specifically to be played with Halo Custom Edition by the amazing folks over there on the Lumoria team.
The Mythic Tyrant has created a preview for the Lumoria campaign, which I still haven't seen, to be honest, because I don't want to spoil myself, but here it is. The editor will totally put it in here, and I will just look at it. There you go for me. I won't say anything much here, you can watch the video yourself. And then the other side of the spectrum, it's Vengeful Vadam, who is also covering an SPV3 level, but not one that you've seen before, one that was unmodded beforehand. No, this is a new experience, and Vengeful Vadam is showcasing the Commander.
Salutations. Today, I'll be covering the Commander,
where you play as... What the hell was Arbiter's real name? Tel Vadami? Or whatever it was. You play as him before he became the Arbiter, before his ass crack was smoked by the big brute. So have fun with that one, because you're gonna fight with a lot of floods. It looks pretty fun. A lot of fun. So they are looking for some new staff members, in particular voice actors, who can impress the SPV3 team with this dialogue, and you can send whatever your sound voice is to them. Maybe they'll accept you. And for the heck of it, here is mine.
Chief, good luck. We'll link up with Fireteam Raven and do what we can to secure the area. Chief, good luck. We'll link up with Fireteam Raven and do what we can to secure the area. Chief, good luck. We'll link up with Fireteam Raven and do what we can to secure the area. Chief, good luck. We'll link up with Fireteam Raven and do what we can to secure the area. Chief, good luck. We'll link up with Fireteam Raven and do what we can to secure the area.
I don't know where this is gonna be going, but I'd have high expectations of this. And now we get to multiplayer projects, and I'm sure you'll see what correlations they all have. So first of all, we've got LongShot by DSalimander. This map has been released and was created in under a day, and we already made a video about it in cooperation with our contract with Open Carnage, where we release those videos of the maps that are being submitted to the map competition get to be featured as fast as possible, so that everyone who wants to vote on what the best map is gets to know what the map actually feels like with our, well, gameplay. Latitude, which is not released this time. I'm gonna tell you every other project, and after this is also a work in progress. Latitude is a map by Patxi. He's gonna return and make a map without a ship this time, in the sky. That's the biggest surprise out of all this, actually. Then we have Death Spiral by Sudo. Sudo also is gonna return to make a map for us. Now here's the gimmick. All the vehicles can fly. Now I wonder what kind of map he'll be creating under that gimmick. I can't wait for that to happen. And here's the first map competition's winner, Pope, with his new map called Quadra-Stasis. Why is it called this way? Because he's gonna create 4 factions in one map. What? You're tired of playing maps which only had one architecture? Well, Pope is gonna raise that and make a map with all 4 architectures. That's right, UNSC/Human Covenant, Foreigner, and Floods. You'd think Floods don't have architecture, will play Halo 3 again and cry. And in this map, Pope features 2 bases for now, and more in the future of course. We first got the UNSC base, which looks rocket. Look at that, there's a hole in the ceiling. You know what I'm gonna do with it. And then here's the Covenant base. There's something good with being here as well, and probably something good with everyone here. How the map layout would look like, we still don't know. But you can fit a Warthog in those bases, so it's gonna be a big map in the end. And Reactant by Vuthakral. Even more maps from good old SPV. Now, this one features a big canyon in the middle of nowhere. And it's still pretty big WIP. So, just look at the images and think of what it would be in the end. I'm sure it's gonna be adventurous either way. And the last map, which is not part of the map competition, but is released by DSalimander. This map is called Ballyhoo, which was in a map competition, just not this one. This was part of a map competition on Good Maps Ya Fucks, and this didn't win. I wonder what number 1 was. I just don't know, because not all of these maps in Good Maps Ya Fucks are released publicly. But this one is. Ballyhoo is a map that's designed to be played by not a lot of numbers of players, so essentially for the competitive scene. But we experimented with all of our members, we just experimented with 12 players or whatnot. And you see a video here? Yes, that'll be in the future. And I'm gonna spoil it right here. In July, someone's going to get 15 raffle tickets. I'm just gonna say that.
Bonobo got an update. Some code was changed, but we don't know what it is because it's still obfuscated.
Jeez. Okay. Open the ports, please.
Invader has been updated a few times, and there finally is a public release that you don't have to compile yourself. It does, for who doesn't remember, Invader compiles maps, or well, Invader build compiles maps, just the way that tool would do it, except faster, and some improvements like the shared files, the way single player maps use shared files is changed, so that actually is universal, so you can play an English single player map with Spanish shared files, and it should work. Right now, the only thing that is missing is that it doesn't yet completely properly figure out what BSP and AI is on, so sometimes they can kind of freeze around BSP transitions, but for the most part it works, and it compiles faster than Tool, so I'd try it out if you like open source and you like having your maps work more universally with different CE installs. I made a special version of Tool. It can do one thing and one thing only, and that is render light maps. Now, the original Tool was pretty slow with rendering light maps, and don't get me wrong, this one won't not be slow, but it's about 50% faster. This is achieved by removing a bunch of debug checks that would crash Tool if they failed. Seeing as in modding the game for 6 years, I have not had any of these errors. I've just made the code jump right over that, and like a lot of not a number checks. So it's 50% faster, and it should only be used for light maps, so that is the only command that I've left intact. You can get LM tool from the link in the description, and I will make some threads later. Blade JMS exporter for Blender by NightRipper. It currently is a very basic JMS exporter for Blender. It cannot do rigged models, but it's about good enough for static scenery and basic maps. So if you want to skip using Max for those things for now, then you can do that. There's some other tools in development which will make this eventually not needed, but it's good to have something in the meantime. I released a patcher for Tool and OS Tool to completely remove the map file size limit, and this is not done by patching the game. This is instead done by patching Tool, so that it writes map files ever so slightly different, so that Halo doesn't actually know when a map is too big to load. What it also does is, in unpatched versions of CE, it will prevent memory leaks for the maps you compile with it. Invader does a very similar thing. So if unlimited map file size is what you're looking for, and you can deal with AI being a little funky once in a while, well, you should probably use Invader build. So there's a new announcement in the Chimera Discord, which relates to the 1.0 update. It's about a few things, such as open source compatibility. While Kava won't be supporting open source, he will be looking into ways to make Chimera compatible enough with open source that you can use some of the most important features when you want to play your favorite single-player campaigns and such. He's also planning to work on a server version of Chimera, which won't work with SAP, and it will have some new netcode stuff if he can manage that. It won't sync AI, but hopefully it's a good alternative to the original netcode so that we can deal less with lag. For now, it's not certain when 1.0 will be fully released, but if you want to subject yourself to an unfinished test version, you can do that by getting it from the Open Carnage thread. Tempera's development is suspended. It's because, in his own words, Dwood is lazy and has no motivation to get over consistent, stupid setbacks, which I can understand. Reverse engineering the game is pretty hard, and what he is trying to do is, well, it's on a different level than what a lot of us do with things like Chimera. The project might not be permanently dead, because Dwood might return to Halo 1, and he might continue working on it, but for now, just don't really look forward to it anymore, because you're not going to hear anything about it for a good while. He also, because it always was public, you can look at the source code and like all the rewrite branches and stuff on his GitHub. If you're interested in that, you can look at this weird morph of the open source code and whatever Dwood has added.
Why, after me showing the fake split screen, does this happen? I've showed people that there's more promise to Tempera, and then this happens. Well, multiplayer maps with AI split screen it is.
You should add that clip on my YouTube channel where I have split screen with myself, and only myself.
There's 3 screens of the same player, why not?
It actually happened in the game. It can do it. I just don't know how to make it load a second player and not crash.
It should have gone even further ahead with this, but no. Alright, now it's time for your top 5 Halo Custom Edition videos for June 2019. And at number 5 we've got Salty Zealot on his gameplay of Rio Firefight. And Rio Firefight is a firefight based on the multiplayer map called Rio, a really good race map on multiplayer. And here is Salty Zealot on the firefight version of it.
Sucked in. Oh yeah, team tactics, hey lads. Let's just UFC in here. I pressed the reload button by accident. Now, what? Stop! Stop! Take that with you. Maybe not. Too bad, he took it with him anyways.
At number 4, we've got from a Chief with his 2019 second quarter highlights video for Halo Custom Edition and our game nights.
Wait, let me see that.
We've never seen him before. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! KO in midair!
At number 3, we've got Double V Vengeful Vadam with his video on Halo Custom Edition maps he'd like to see for the Master Chief Collection's map making.
One of the questions I was asked related to whether or not Halo Custom Edition content would make its way to the PC version, and Sketch replied with the following statement. We are always investigating ways to bring the wealth of Halo user-created content to a larger audience for everyone to enjoy. Halo Custom Edition content is definitely on our list and is actively being explored. While this isn't a 100% confirmation that Custom Edition maps will be coming to the MCC, it seems likely that it may happen down the road given the answer Sketch gave to that question. Longtime fans of this channel are well aware of what Halo Custom Edition is, but for those who aren't in the know...
At number 2, we've got Gonza with Funtage number 25 on Gonzanos during the game. How is this number 2? Yeah, you'll see soon. But this game night highlights are what Gonza would make it out to be, are amazing. Because it's Gonza. Have fun with it.
What did you got?
Wait, are you serious? You're actually...
What's happening to me?
Didn't they?
Do you see anything on me?
Well, you're constantly exploding for some reason.
What? Okay. Where?
What?
I think Gonza has ascended. You have now achieved all the Infinity Stones.
Wait, no, it's dark! No, it's dark!
What the hell? Wait, what?
Oh, no, Tark has the Infinity Glove.
Oh, wait. Oh, shit! Wait, what is going on? What is this paranormal bullshit happening?
And at number 1, surprise entrant right here, we've got the Spotlight on Halo SPV3.2 by the Pixel Tavern. In this video he got over 15,000 views but less than 1,000 subscribers. Are you kidding me? Who decides all these numbers?
Around a year ago I discovered the fan remake of the original Halo, known as SPV3. An amazing fan creation with new features, expanded levels, improved graphics, and so much more. It was so good I made a spotlight on of the game, and thankfully because of that, I was kindly invited by the developers to try out SPV3.2 before release. Thank you to them for letting me try out the next step of their amazing remake early and enjoy all the new content they have created, including new weapons, further improved graphics, and even completely new levels. This is Halo SPV3.2.
So how was the Halo Reach flight on MCC PC?
I didn't have it.
What? But you make PC content for Halo?
I'm not good enough of a YouTuber.
Oh. But then how did I not get in? I make only PC content, and this is the recognition I get. That's something that should be talked about, but no. I think 343 just forgot about me again. Then again, they've never heard of me to begin with. I am shocked.
I'm a community leader in one of their discords, as in like I lead the Sierra Climbers community, but I think it all needed to be streamers.
Oh, well, that makes sense. If only they knew. If only they knew. They wouldn't have coped with my damn schedule. They did the right choice in the end. They did the right choice because if I had played it, I would discover every single bug and then just smash in their face and tell them this game bad. Please fix. Not my Halo Reach. Hashtag.